Hi Flosstube, it's Lindsay and welcome back to Blushing Pink Stitches. This is Flosstube number 8, I believe. I think it's number 8. And this is my channel where I talk primarily about cross stitch, but I do mention other crafts as well. But today we're just going to talk exclusively about cross stitch. So hi, how is everybody? Welcome back if you are a returning viewer, and if you're new, hi, thanks very much for checking my channel out, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. I have one fully finished object today, one finished FO, and then a few whips to talk to you about, and then I want to talk, once I've showed you one of those, about Stitch Mania and a couple of other things. So yeah, we're going to get started. So my fully finished object is this. Yay. You're getting a bit of reflection from the iPad, so I turn it kind of this way. So I think I mentioned in my last video that, I'll just go back a little bit so you can see it, that I'd bought some perforated paper and I was going to do this pattern in CrossStitcher magazine where they use perforated paper to create these Scrabble tiles as a sort of a wedding, not sampler, but piece that you could gift to somebody. I really liked that idea. So I did it. It took me no time at all to stitch the actual letters, and this says tied the knot and a little heart. An evening, an hour and a half, something like that. It was really, really quick. And then what I did was I'd already cut all of these out and just stitched on them as they were cut out. And then I backed them with some cream coloured felt. So I cut out the coloured felt and glued it on. And then I cut out a piece of mount board, covered the mount board in a piece of linen that I bought from eBay, and then I glued the letters on onto the linen, and this is how it turned out, and I'm so happy with it. I think it looks lovely. I'm seeing it backwards, hopefully you're seeing it the right way around. Yeah, so their wedding is, we're going to their wedding tomorrow, so yeah, I will wrap this up and we'll gift it to them and hopefully they love it. This is a 30 by 30, I don't know what it is in inches, 12.5 maybe, box frame, shadow frame from, I got this from Hobbycraft. I probably could have got it cheaper elsewhere, but yeah, I needed one and yeah, it was convenient. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that one. I can't remember what issue of, oh, let me just lay that down. There we go. I can't remember which issue of CrossStitcher I got that from. So I will leave that in the description box below in case you want to check it out. There are a couple of other things that you can make for weddings as well. One was sort of like a card on perforated paper with a dove on it, and that was really lovely. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. So that's my fully finished object. And then my finish is this. So this is Look for the Rainbow by Rogue Stitchery on Etsy, and it's a bookmark. It's designed to be a bookmark, but of course you can finish it however you want. I'm not really sure how I'm going to fully finish it at the moment, but I really like it. It's stitched on an 18 count white Ada that I picked up in Hobbycraft. I don't tend to do that now. I tend to like to buy sort of DMC or Zweigart Ada, but you know, I had a leftover piece of this. So yeah, so this is what it looks like, and I just love all the colours in it. And there were lots of fractional stitches in this pattern, and it wasn't always clear what the designer wanted you to do, whether they wanted you to do a quarter stitch or a 3/4 stitch. It was quite hard to make it up at times, so I kind of just went my own way, and it's not perfect. So for example, you can see a couple of white bits poking through here where I should really have done the fractional stitches different in this bit, but I think it just adds a bit of character to it. It makes it more sort of cartoony at the end. And the back stitch really covers up anything that looked awkward, although it didn't really look awkward. So yeah, I would say that this probably isn't a pattern for beginners because of the fractional stitches, and there wasn't any guidance in the pattern as to how they wanted you to do it. So for me, I found it quite, yeah, I had to use my initiative and did some Googling, and plus it's full coverage as well, so it's a bit more intense. But it is really pretty when it's stitched up. So yeah, I'll decide whether I want to do that as a bookmark or a little flat finish or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it's really pretty. So that is my finished object. And I'm going to talk to you now. I've got a few whips to show you. So I'll just work out what I've actually worked on, what I haven't. I haven't worked on that. I don't think I've worked on that. I don't know whether I have or not. So this is the Fox by Cottage Garden Sampling. So here's what it's going to look like when it's finished. And I can't remember whether I have actually worked on this since I last showed it to you or not. It's been a bit longer. I didn't even do a live update at the beginning. It's the Easter holidays at the moment, so therefore we've been sort of busy doing bits and pieces, and I haven't had time to film. So I don't think I have showed this to you. So this is where I don't think I've worked on this. This is where I'm at with it now. And the way that the my needle is threaded in the back is, I think, what I did to this when I showed it to you last time. So yeah, I need to get back to this. I'll talk to you about why I haven't touched some of my whips later on in the video as well, because it has been the Easter holidays, but I've had some good stitching time. I just haven't always had the time to film. So that's that one. Like I said, it's just remembering what I've worked on. I haven't worked on that. I haven't worked on that. Oh. Okay, so I think it's just these two. So I've put the tiniest amount of progress in on this one. So this is Moth with Moon. By CrossStitch pattern. I can't remember the name of the designer. But I will leave it in the description box below. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. And then this is where I'm up to now. So I think I just worked a little bit more on the wing. But I haven't done an awful lot to it. So I took this to the hairdressers with me last week. Just so that I could do a bit more. I don't know whether it's just me, but I always feel like on darker Ada, my stitches are a bit more, I feel like they're messier. It's hard to see because it's blowing it out now. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but maybe it's a combination of the colour and the count, because that's an 18 count black Ada I'm using. I don't know. So that's that. And then the one that I spent the most amount of time on, and actually I really need to get back to this, is the Fruits of Plenty Sal by Modern Folk Embroidery. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. And I started on the April block, which is this here. And I've actually done the majority of it, but I had to put it down, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So this is what it's currently looking like. So you've got January, February, March, and then, like I said, this is April down here. So I don't have much to do. I only have what's in this hexagon or whatever it is left to do. That's the only thing I've got left. So that is like a couple of days work, maybe something like that. So, but this is gorgeous. This is obviously the majority of this block, and the pattern that it creates, there's a particular name for this technique and I can't remember what the name is, but the pattern it creates is really, really pretty. So yeah, I'm using a 32 count white linen. This is from Zweigart, and I'm using the colours, it's DMC 3750 is a darker colour, and 932 is the lighter colour, which is actually what the model was stitched in, and I just really liked the colours of that. So I went with that. So that is the only other whip that I've worked on. I'll just put that in there. So yeah, so the reason why I haven't got more progress to show you is because I've been doing a model stitch, which I obviously can't show you, but I got in touch with CrossStitcher magazine, which is a UK based cross stitching magazine, and just on the off chance, I think it was a month ago, 6 weeks ago, something like that, said, oh, you know, do you need any model stitches? You know, I've been stitching for this long, you know, because I thought, well, you know, I don't get to keep the pieces, but I enjoy, people talk about being process stitches and product stitches, and I'm a combination of both. I like the end product. I don't always get around to fully finishing things straight away, so maybe I'm more of a process stitcher, but I really like the finished product and I like working towards finishing something off. But I also really enjoy the process as well. I enjoy watching a picture come to life and working out how I'm going to do something. Laurie from Once Upon a Stitch talks about a cross stitch pattern being a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, and you kind of have to work out which bit you're going to do first and how you're going to get from one place to the other, and it's a puzzle, and I really like that analogy. I think it's really true. So yeah, just working out where things go and watching that picture come to life is a big part of the enjoyment for me. So I thought model stitching might be something that will be good for me to do. So I contacted them. I had an email back from a lady who said, oh, we might be on the lookout and we don't know, but send us some pictures of your recent stitching, front and back. So I did, and then a couple of weeks ago I heard from them and they asked me to model stitch something. So I've been working on that exclusively since they sent it to me. I have a particular deadline to get it done by, which isn't outrageously short or anything, but I just thought actually I want to get that done first and then I'll go back to my whips. So I'll finish off the April block and the Fruits of Plenty and things like that, just so I know that I've done it. So obviously I can't show it to you because it hasn't been published in a magazine yet, but hopefully when the magazine is published I'll be able to show you pictures of it, yeah, and share it with you there. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to show you a little bit of haul. I've only got a little bit, I've got 3 items actually, and that's it, and then talk to you about a couple of other things. So firstly, I got a couple of things from like a stash unload thing on Facebook. So there are a couple of groups that I belong to that had sort of like you know, buy and sell cross stitch items in the UK, and I've had a bit of an obsession with dimensions kits lately. So the first one that I got, and I actually showed this on my Instagram stories when I got it, is Chickadees in Spring. So yeah, the kit contains all the stuff that you need. So it has a piece of blue Ada in it. It's 16 count. Oh, actually it says it's dove grey. It looks like a blue to me, but whatever. The needle and all of the instructions and things. So I got that. Chickadees are I looked this up, they're a North American bird, but they're part of the same family as the blue tit and things like that, which are native to the UK. And you know my obsession with birds at the moment, so I kind of had to get that, and I really like the pretty pinks and purples in here as well. So I got that one, and then I also got Scenic Lighthouse. So I just liked the rose bushes, and again we've got a couple of birds in here. It's close to the ocean, so I thought that might be a quite nice one to do as well. That comes with 18 count white Ada and everything that you need. I talked in one of my, I think it was in my previous video, Flosstube number 7, about being able to email the company that owns Dimensions now and ask for the PDF chart, and I've done that with both of these over the last couple of weeks, and they email me back the same day with the PDF. So I did add that to my description, the email address to my description box last time, and I'll do the same today. So if you are interested, because you know, using something like Pattern Keeper or GoodNotes or RXP markup or whatever, I've got the PDF pattern for my model stitch, and it's just so much easier for me to keep track of where I am and what I've done and things like that. So yeah, having the PDF is an absolute godsend, really. So yeah, those will go in the kitted up section of my craft room, and hopefully I will be able to stitch those soon. So the other one that I got, the last one, is Spring Quaker, and this is by Lila's Studio. So this is the winner of my Nashville wish list vote. I think it was on Flosstube number 6. You know, I asked people to vote on which pattern I should get first, and this won. So this is it. Look at how lovely it is. So this is 268 by 215, so it's a fair size, and the model is stitched on, where does it say it? A 40 count sand dune by Seraphim Fabrics. I have looked up that fabric, and as far as I'm aware, I can't very easily get that in the UK. 40 count is something that I haven't stitched on before. I think 32 or 36 are those eggs I'm doing. I think around 36 is the highest, but I thought actually it might be quite nice to give it a go. But I wanted to ask what you thought of, have you got any suggestions on what fabric I should do this on? This kind of looks more peachy to me than it does yellow, but that could just be the way that the photograph was taken. But I quite like the light sort of peachy background. I was looking at a couple of fabrics on a website called Wool Warehouse in the UK. Let's see if I can find it. And the highest count fabric that they do on Wool Warehouse is 35 count. Oh God, I don't want monk's cloth. Clicking on the wrong thing, sorry. Even weave linen, here we go. 35 count. Oh, well, they do 40 count, but they do it per metre. They don't do pre-cuts. Oh, and that's per metre as well. So if we have a look at the 32 count, I was looking at the colours pale cream as a possibility, light sand, so I'll put pictures up on the screen of them, pale cream, light sand, and vintage sun. Now the pictures that I can see on Wool Warehouse look a little bit different to other pictures that I've seen on the internet. It's so hard shopping on the internet. So those are 3 possibilities. If you've ever stitched with those, let me know what you think of those colours in relation to this pattern. Or if you've got any other suggestions of fabrics that I might use, then please do let me know, because I do want to kit this up nice and quickly. It's got the threads are DMC and Classic Colourworks, so I can get those. But I'm just not sure on the fabric choice at the moment, so we'll have to see. But yeah, that's all the haul that I've got. I mean, apart from, obviously I bought some DMC for projects, and I've kitted a couple more up over the last few weeks or whatever, but yeah, that's the only haul that I've got, but that's good. So I wanted to also talk to you about Stitch Mania. Stitch Mania is an event, for those of you that don't know, that happens in the cross-stitch world during May. And it originally started as a Facebook group, and the idea was to start something new every day in May, which, thinking about it now, is pretty wild. So I want to know, what do you participate in Stitch Mania? Do you do things for Mania? Or do you not? If you do, what do you do? I'm really interested to know. I think starting something every day in May is out for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't have enough kitted up projects, and I can't, it's not like I can just go and kit a few more up right now. That's just out of the question. Plus the fact that I personally feel like I would get a couple of hours of stitching on that one piece in, and then I'd put it down again, and I think I'd feel quite frustrated about the fact that I wouldn't be able to pick that up again until a month's time, for example. So yeah, I don't really think that suits my way of doing things, and I only have a certain number of whips, and I don't suddenly want to explode that number into loads. So I'm thinking I won't do it the traditional way. I know Brenda from Handwork Maniac does a combination of working on whips and working on new starts, which I quite like the idea of doing that. The thing is as well that May is going to be a busy month for me. I'm doing some marking for 2 different exam boards, and that starts in the middle of the month and goes through until I think the middle of June. So I think my stitching time will kind of be influenced a little bit by that. So I don't want to start loads of things or have plans for being lots of busy, for being busy stitching wise and not actually have the time to do it. It's my birthday in May as well, so I am going to be busy around my birthday, and lots of people talk about doing birthday starts, and I quite like that idea. So of looking through my kitted up stuff and thinking, well, what do I want to start for my birthday? Or I mean, I will buy myself something or a few things that are new for my birthday, but obviously you don't get to start it on your birthday then. So yeah, there's a few different things going on. So I think it'll be really good for me to know what other people do. I've got, other Flosstubers talk about what they do for Mania and things like that. But what do you guys do? Have you got any ideas for me? Yeah, comment down below. And then I think next time I do a video, I will talk about what I've decided, basically. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'll do a quick life update. So it is the Easter holidays at the moment, and my husband has been off work this week, and then he's also off next week as well. We're both off. So this week we've sort of been pottering around, doing some things in the house. We had a decorator in last week, so we were sort of cleaning up again from that, deciding what we want to do with different things and that, looking after my nephews again. So there's been a lot going on this week. Next week we are going to stay in the Cotswolds for a few days with my sister and her husband. So we're really looking forward to that. We're hoping that the weather's going to be sort of half decent, and that we get to go out on lots of walks, and we've rented an Airbnb, so that'll be nice, and it's got a pizza oven outside, which is brilliant, and it's got a hot tub in the garden, which yeah, we're really looking forward to spending some time in the hot tub of an evening with a glass of Prosecco maybe, or something like that. So yeah, we're really looking forward. I haven't seen my sister since my little one's birthday in November. So it'll be really lovely to see her. And I haven't seen my brother-in-law since before the pandemic. So that means that he hasn't met little one yet. So just, yeah, it'll be brilliant. It'll be really, really good. So we're looking forward to that. We've got the wedding that we're going to on Saturday. So that's tomorrow. Today's Friday. So yeah, and that'll be Bella's first wedding as well. So yeah, that'll be really lovely. Yeah, we're just looking forward to a bit of family time over the Easter weekend. Yeah, I think that's about it. I also wanted to do an experiment in this video. So I was watching a video of Jemima's from the Rocking Stitcher, and she was talking about Flosstubers who ask people to like their videos. And she said, I've never done anything like that before. She said, but, you know, people talk about how, you know, your video gets shared wider if more people like it. And she did an experiment where she asked in one particular video people to like her video, and just sort of saw, did it generate more views? Did it generate more shares? That sort of idea. And it did. So I thought I would do the same. If you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up below. We'll see if this video gets more views than I would normally get. And yeah, I'll let you know in the next video what the outcome of it is. And oh, I've actually forgotten something. So I'm just going to pause there for a second. So I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video that I reached a milestone of subscribers. So I just went over 500 subscribers on my channel, which is unreal. I am just so blown away by how many of you are watching and appreciating the content that I put up. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. Yeah, it's really, really appreciated. And actually, I wanted to do a giveaway to celebrate 500 subscribers. So I'm going to be giving away a copy of 2x2 by the Prairie Schooler. So this is some charts that have animals and the arc down there. And you get all of the charts in here for all of these. And so this is, you can see book number 71. There is an accompanying pattern called 2x2 that you can get to go alongside this, but I'm just going to be giving this away. So what you have to do is comment down below with the word animal. Should we say animal? Yeah, let's say animal. Comment down below with the word animal. You have to be over the age of 18 because you will need to give me your address if you win this. I will send it anywhere in the world. But please don't say anything like giveaway or draw or, you know, any words like that. Because I will have to delete your comment, because I do want this to go to one of my subscribers who I know will appreciate it and actually stitch it. Yeah, don't want any kind of randoms coming in and commenting. So yeah, I think those are all of the things that I needed to mention for a giveaway. I would really appreciate it if you are a subscriber. Yeah, so comment with the word animal. Yeah. So that, I think, is it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely Easter. The Easter Bunny brings you lots of eggs and you get to spend time with your family. And I will see you in a couple of weeks with another video, my giveaway winner, and, you know, whatever else goodness that I've got, stitchy goodness that I've got to show. So have a lovely couple of weeks, happy stitching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.